Hi everyone. If you're listening to this, you've already decided that the 20-10-10 exercise is an interesting and impactful next step forward. Let's jump into taking some self-awareness and self-inventory to the 20 products or services that you are the most capable of advocating for. Now, you'll notice that I said advocate. This is a key action-oriented word because having an interest or a curiosity in products or services, or filling a home or an apartment, a flat, or in this modern day, an RV, an Airbnb, or anything in between, oftentimes is bloated with lots of objects that at one point we liked enough to buy or needed enough for the moment, but have simply remained dormant in our lives and don't actually play a significant role in bringing joy or advancing your personal or professional ambitions. The 20 products or services we're going to be talking about today are the products or services that you A, think about at least once every 3 to 6 months, and B, are compelled to talk about them in such a way that the person listening not only appreciates what you're saying, but goes out and actually buys, downloads, or visits the product, service, or experience that you are advocating for. For instance, in my life, I've been working on my fitness. Not an uncommon habit as you reach your 40s that you need to attain. I happen to use a Peloton bike. Say what you will about their many gaffes and their silly commercials. It's a smart connected device that I can ride after 9 o'clock at night when my kids are in bed and allows me to maintain at least 3 to 5 times a week some level of fitness. When I talk to other busy professionals, full-time students, or anybody else that has hard to meet gym schedules, they are starting to see the advantage of not only the Peloton bike, but home fitness. This is why the Peloton bike, in this case the Bike Plus, actually makes my 20 products or services list. I talk about it at least once every 3 to 6 months, whether I'm talking about workouts or my general well-being or my overall sanity. Then on average, at least someone that I talk to every 6 months goes out and purchases the product. It's not just about signing up or liking them on Facebook or checking out TikTok videos or finding ways to snap someone. It's about going out and spending hard-earned dollars, cash, or currency, or of course your time if it's an experience, to participate in the very thing that I've suggested. This happens as well for things like Miro, a software tool that allows me to ultimately collaborate remotely with a variety of folks. This digital whiteboard is on the top 10, in this case 20, list of products and services that I advocate frequently, both to graduate students or undergraduate students as well as on-the-go executives. I've noticed that this is making my list again and again because I continuously see people trialing, participating, and getting in touch with the organization. There's also a local restaurant here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, no matter where you're listening from, called Abteca. Hopefully Abteca will be around by the time you're listening to this, pandemic aside. But Abteca is this amazing vegan experience that I recommend at least 5 times every 6 months. And I know that people go there because they text me back images reminding me about how the food was delicious and the cocktails were great, but they didn't eat a single ounce of dairy. These experiences, products and services all lead me to advocate it again and again. But you're probably wondering why I was bothering to take an inventory of these products and services to start with. Well, as you know from the introduction, this is all about finding purpose, or at least passion. And it wasn't obvious to me, as I looked at my list of 20 items, that actually 5 of my 20 were related to health and fitness. This began my journey to start to think about, well, maybe my next company that I start, or the class that I teach, or the podcast that I release should actually be about health and fitness. I also started seeing recently other types of items emerging of my 20-10-10 list. Things like mushrooms and different types of agricultural products that are better for you and locally grown and sourced. I started learning about applications that help me modify video and photos as I started to want to take richer and capture richer experiences about vacations and holidays. And I certainly started finding a variety of travel apps because I was just sick of overpaying for inconvenient flights and overpriced and pretentious hotels. These types of products and services are important to me now. Now, how do I action this list of 20? Well, first and foremost, if I'm a founder-to-be, I'm reminding myself that these products and services in the general categories or industries are really inspiring to me. I would love to see more people be healthy. So maybe my next idea should be much closer to health and wellness and much less kind of geeky data products. I found myself thinking an awful lot about how I should grow and consume different types of locally or local adjacent food. This was an opportunity for me to realize that actually I want to spend more dollars supporting and investing in businesses that are bringing this proposition to life. So in the first 2 moments, I realized that not only my next destiny or my next chapter as a founder might be in and around these products or services that I'm talking about, but it also might be a great opportunity for me to advocate and direct more of my dollars in this way. It also reminds me to think carefully and learn how to start to say no, something we'll explore more and more in the problems and causes section. When should I not advocate or found a business? Well, the first question and tool that I now have in my rubric of deciding to invest my own time or energy or money is the product or service consistently on my list? In 2 consecutive self-inventory moments using the 20-10-10, 6 months apart, am I seeing the same list of 20 products and services emerge, or am I seeing completely different? So, for my students out there thinking about capstones or research projects or where to explore, start with products or services, not that you can understand the market and the capitalistic undertones with of just making a lot of money, but start thinking about products or services you want to explore, research, design, or extend that you love deeply and are willing to advocate for. For my folks entering their first career, find yourself a place, a job, and a business that not only has great benefits, but also allows you to explore every day the curiosities and the passions that you've unearthed today, especially if you're not ready yet to start your own adventure or don't have the means, resources, or time to do so. And for my middle management executives, you've been doing something for maybe 15 or 20 years and are listening to this video. Find a transition path, but don't just transition for something that pays you 20% more. Find something that pays you more and meets, or at least is adjacent to, the products or services if you don't want to be a founder or an entrepreneur at your very own business that inspires you to invent yourself every day and therefore will inspire and help lead all the teams around you. And of course, last but not least is my executives, those that have run and done businesses for an awful lot of time and might even be considering a lifestyle or a lifestyle plus business. These products and services offer a catalytic moment for you to reflect what you're actually going to want to spend time on when you don't necessarily have to go to a virtual or physical office. And of course, for my retirees or those with more optionality and choice in their life, this exercise is great anytime, whether it's about brainstorming or sourcing new products or services, or about ultimately understanding how to stay current or relevant with all the technology and data trends that are coming at light speed. So, take a moment now, pause this video, or feel free to watch it again and again until you've had the right mindset emerge for focusing and prioritizing on the 20 products or services that you are most committed to, find yourself advocating for, and other people responding in an effective way. If you love something and you're curious and passionate about it, but no one cares or no one's listened, it might be a great hobby for you to have, but it doesn't belong in this list of 20. And sometimes we get asked, well, what if I don't think of 20 items that I have? No worries. Start with 1, get to 5, make your way to 10, and before you know it, you'll be at 20. And every 6 months, I promise you that changing over the tide on the things that you're most focused on will get easier and easier. Take some time now. Sometimes it's 5 or 10 or 20 minutes, music on, music off, and explore just what products and services you are most compelling at being both evangelical about and also convincing. And then come back and find us on our next video when we talk about unmet problems and needs. Thanks again for listening, and good luck on your first section of the 20-10-10.